Hello everyone, welcome to another video. Well, as most of us know, smartwatches are not perfect in any way. I will be talking about some of the problems associated with owning a smartwatch. Regardless of whether you own an Android smartwatch or an Apple Watch, I'm sure you must have experienced some of these problems. So today that's what we'll be talking about. So without wasting time, let's begin. The first drawback associated with owning a smartwatch is small screens. As you can see, they've got small screens. Most smartwatches have an average display size of between 1.2 to 1.4 inches. So operating it with your hands can be a little bit difficult, and sometimes navigating the menus can be a little bit challenging. Why? Because the screens are very small. I just wish it was a little bit bigger, but well, it's what it is. The second drawback would be the performance and speed on a smartwatch is not really that great, in my opinion, at least from my experience. Although this is quite fast, it works pretty well. But sometimes what I noticed is that for the ticwatch Pro 4G smartwatch, sometimes when I'm operating it and I open an app and close it quickly and try to go back and open another app, there is usually some sort of delay. That's what I noticed. It doesn't happen all the time, but if you operate it very fast, you'll notice it, that there is some slight lag and delay. So that's one thing to bear in mind. The third drawback would be a limited app availability and optimization. Yes, I'm sure some of you might have experienced this as well. For example, on your smartphone, you've got an app and you want it on your smartwatch, and you go to the app store and you just can't find it. And then if you find it sometimes and then you install them on your smartwatch, they just tend to crash most of the time. It happens to me several times. I will install an app on the smartwatch, and then when I try to open it up and operate it, the app just closes automatically and it tells me the app has crashed. So yes, there is usually limited apps availability and optimization for smartwatches, which brings us to the next drawback that plagues most smartwatches, and that would be limited eSIM functionality. Yes, this smartwatch I have here is a 4G smartwatch. It's got the eSIM capabilities. Right now as I speak to you, the ticwatch Pro 4G is only supported by Vodafone and O2. Those are the only two carriers that support it in the UK. It was only supported by Vodafone. Later on, I think O2, it's now supported by O2. So there you go. There is limited eSIM functionality. So you can only make calls on this smartwatch if you subscribe to Vodafone here in the UK. If not, you can't use it to make calls, which is a drawback. So if you want to get a smartwatch that makes calls, you have to obviously make sure that the carrier in your country supports it, so you can make calls with it. If not, you're screwed. Yes, so that's one thing to bear in mind. Which brings us to one of the major drawbacks that plagues smartwatches on the market today, and that would be poor battery life. Yes, the battery life is always poor on smartwatches, as most smartwatches don't come with huge batteries. For example, on my ticwatch Pro 4G smartwatch, I barely get a day's battery life on heavy use. Yes, you heard me right. So anytime I'm using the smart features on this watch, I barely get a day's use. Obviously, as the years go by, technology is going to get better and better. So those are the problems and drawbacks I have been experiencing with my smartwatch, which some of you obviously can relate to. Let me know in the comment section below what drawbacks and problems have you been experiencing with your own smartwatch. Thanks so much for watching. As always, feel free to check out other reviews and comparisons on this channel. I am Ezekielo, and I'll see you all in the next video. Adios.